A very good evening to one and all. Myself, Dr. Susmita Shukla. I'm working as an associate professor at Institute of Biotechnology at University. And today in this Global Edu-Conclave GEC 2022, I'm going to speak about the prospective role of tissue culture in sustainable and modern agriculture. That is what our aim to be and to mitigate all the sustainable goals. So, UN Sustainable Development Goals, basically two important goals that can be uh, mitigate and that re, can be obtained by utilizing the technology which we have adapted in our lab, specifically the SDG 2 and SDG 12, which is not only to go for the zero hunger, and secondly responsible consumption and production can also be taken care of. As we know, all the 17 goals are has been there, which is very very important, which we want to get all these things to get a better world and the better community throughout. So SDG by this PTC, I've already said talked about the different SDG goal about 2 and 12, but other than that, we can say that SDG can be fulfilled. All the different SDG goals which I have mentioned over here in this slide can be mitigated and can be obtained while we are going with the different plant tissue culture techniques or the plant biotechnology. We can overcome the zero hunger, we can go for good health and well-being, we can also go for the industry innovation and infrastructure and the climate action which are being taken care of, we can do it. And life on the land also can be managed by planting more and more plants through this. Before that, I would like to enhance about the micropropagation technique, which can be co-linked with the SDGs. Micropropagation is a technique to replicate or to propagate the plants according to the human need or whenever there is need, for example, germplasm conservation or some of the plant species which are extinct or endangered or the rare species can be propagated, and mass propagation is the important parameter which can be taken care of by using the micropropagation. For the sustainable goal, which I've already said, can be linked with this plant biotechnology and specifically the technique which we are utilizing in the lab. For example, in our lab, we are already developed the micropropagation protocol of on the important, economically important in the horticulture crop and even the forestry crop. Pomegranate, banana, citrus, vigna, olive, Stereospermum personatum are the some of them which are to be listed, which has been done in our lab, and which is not only useful for the production of the food purposes, but is also can be exploited by the various industries such as food and packaging industry, pharmaceutical industry, nutraceutical industry, timberwood industry, etc. As I've already said, zero hunger can be obtained by using this, and hunger achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. As through tissue culture, we grow the quality planting material, which will not only be able to produce food, propagation of the different plant species in the need, and at the same time, we will be propagating the virus-free plants, which will be having the improve nutrition, and thus can be obtained the sustainable agriculture. Second thing, as I've already said, that ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. So we are working with the different plant species which are having the nutraceutical importance as well. So it also ensures the healthy life and promotes the well-beings of all the ages. Next is the build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, foster innovation, as plant tissue culture is not only restricted to the lab work, but it can go for the industrial level as well. For the industry, tissue culture industry is doing very good, not only in propagating the different plant species, but also helping to go for the advanced farming and fostering the innovation and the sustainable industrialization also being taking place by the help of this plant tissue culture industry. Second thing, for the climate change, as we know that the global warming is enhancing day by day, and people are very much are concerned about this parameter. So planting more and more plants will be feasible only through the micropropagation, where we will be having the large number of plants. Whenever there is need, whenever there is requirement, we can propagate and we can plant anywhere in the world. Next thing is the life on the land. As we know that the plants are being decreasing day by day by the use of different things which are being happening. The terrestrial ecosystems are also being endangered as the destruction and the deforestation are taking place. So there are a lot of biodiversity loss. So PTC is again another important is an important parameter where we can also combat with this kind of biodiversity loss. These are the different steps. I will not go in detail of all the steps, but majorly I want to say that only a small tissue can be taken, and from that particular tissue, by going the different stages like establishment, initiation, rooting, and hardening, we can propagate the whole plant species without destroying the mother nature and the mother plant. So this is important. This is the major importance of the micropropagation, and through this again we can go different advantages. We can have the different advantages to plant tissue culture. So some of them I have already incorporated in this slide, where you can see that secondary multiplier production can be feasible through PTC, the germplasm conservation, which I've already spoke about, protoplast fusion, we can raise the different varieties, genetic transformation and gene editing, genome editing, which is now going on in a very advanced stages, where we can work on that. Embryo culture, we can go for applied production and different other agriculture purposes. The plant tissue culture is having the huge potential. Here, just a glimpse where the annual outcome of the states of PDC units in India has been shown, where you can see in the 1999 range was very lower as compared to the picture which has been shown about 2021 data. And this market survey has been conducted by Biotech Consortium India Limited, who has shown and who has reported that yes, plant tissue culture in India has enhanced in such a long way, and making helping the industry and making it a sustainable agriculture. So as we know that trees and plants were being degraded and were logged at astonishing rate, and it was going down day by day, and we are losing all this thing by various means, not only the fire or the different climatic you can say the deforestation which was taking because of the different various reason. So these can be propagated, and that is indicating that we should be now going for the high-tech farming. Now the demand is for aeroponics, hydroponics, and tissue culture, which is again giving an added advantage in a small space. We can grow large number of plants together. So as with the limited land, there is again another opportunity where we can go and propagate the different plant species. Here, the sustainable development and association of technology with the traditional knowledge can make this world a better place. That's what we are trying to go with, right? By using the traditional knowledge as well and incorporating the advanced technology, we are trying to get the sustainable agriculture field, and this can be done by utilizing this. These are some of the important chapters which has been published, and keeping the important parameter of this conclave, this global conclave, where it is aiming for the sustainable agriculture. So you can go through this chapter and you can understand what automation modern tools we have talked about for attaining the sustainable agriculture. Second thing, as I've already said, that restoration and conservation of plant genetic resources are also important. You can see here via molecular technique, an important measure for sustainable agriculture can be obtained. So this also you can go through this chapter. You will be getting all the glimpse of how these important plant biotechnology tool can be utilized for germplasm conservation and restoration of the different plant genetic resources. Here, one example I have given where we have produced the different propagation protocol for the endangered citrus Macroptera. You can see there's a nutritional rich fruit crop. At the same time, it is endangered and it is being found in northeast region of India, where few varieties are being there, but we have successfully propagated these particular plants. So this is again another important plant where we can propagate. And other than that, as I've already said, that it can be utilized for the other aided industries, and biofuel production is one of the major thrust area of this particular thing, where we have talked about that yes, we can obtain the sustainable energy if we go for the biofuel production. Such things are there which we can do, which we can work on, and this is how we can go with this this sustainable development and sustainable agriculture part. So, with this, I would like to end here up, but aiming at the importance of plant agriculture, how and what way we can go for. So, here again, the different systematic part of the whole overall protocol has been mentioned, where you can see that how the farmer and the multiplier who is producing at initial stage, how it is reaching to, and how the farmer is again getting its own income. So, in one way, I can say that yes, by applying this particular advanced technology in farming, the farmers can be also get the equal amount of profit which we are thinking of. So, this will help to mitigate main of the SDG goals. So, I think BTC is a very, very important part of it, which we should not forget about it. And with this, I would like to thank you all. So thank you once again. With this, I would come to an end of my this program, and soon we will be meeting together. Thank you once and all. Thank you again.